Hi, I'm Jim, and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and I got an email the other day from Gerald in North Carolina. Hi, Gerald. And he asked me, do you have a video, and he's got number, he wants to know what number it is, all mine are numbered, that shows how to adjust the blade brake. And you know, out of 280 plus videos, I have never covered that, Gerald. So this one's for you. I've already taken the cover off, and I think that's going to be the hardest part of this whole job is getting that stupid cover off. I use it's like a nut driver, but you can put any of your sockets on it. You'll need a 7/16 nut driver or one of these to get the cover off, if yours is the same as mine. Next, we want to take off, let me get this over here a little bit, the idler wheel. I've already got it loose. I think it's even finger loose here. When you put this back together, make sure when you put this bracket on that this pin goes in that hole, otherwise it will bind up your idler and it won't turn. The next thing you want to do is take your belt off. Now this little keeper, let me move this over. If you can see it behind that post, not gonna, there it is, it's right here. You don't have to unbolt that from the machine. I just spring them over and pop out the belt. You're going to want to take that off so you can spin this. Now if you put your mower deck in gear, I'll run over here and get a clamp. I just use one of my wood clamps. Put your deck in gear, pull your pedal up and clamp it. That will release the brake so your pulley will spin. Now to tighten it, all you need is a 7/16 wrench, and you tighten this nut right here on the end of this shaft where the spring is. Right now it's loose, and that's because the deck is engaged. Now if I take the deck off, that doesn't turn. I mean, I don't know if I can even force it. Well, I guess I can if I use both hands. But you don't want to tighten this up so tight that when your deck's engaged, this doesn't spin freely. Otherwise, you're just going to wear out your brake band that goes around the drum underneath your pulley. So that locks right up, and that's it. That's all there is to tightening this up, is you just tighten this nut right here, and this spring does all the work. Again, once you tighten that up, make sure this spins. Now after you get this thing tightened and it's still not locking up like this one is, you probably need a new brake band. They're really easy to replace, but you do have to take off the top pulley, because underneath here there is two cotter keys, one here and one here, that this shaft hooks into. You got to pull the cotter key, pull the pin out, and then the same on the bottom, and then you can replace that band. But you can't get the band off with that pulley in your way. And if you've got a ratchet, And you can, if you stand the machine up, it's a lot easier because then you can just grab on to the blade and hang on to it and put a ratchet on this nut and you can break it loose. Pretty simple. If all you need to do is tighten it, you got her made. Like I said, the hardest part, I think, is getting the cover off. This is my machine that I got all done, and I got it stood up on a platform I made to keep it out of my way, I guess. Now we'll put the belt back on. Make sure it didn't come off the pulley down on the engine. I put this side on first. I use my thumb and push that over and just turn it and it'll pop right on. Again, when you put this on, make sure that pin goes in the small hole on this bracket. You can see it here. The big hole is for the bolt. Put that on and line it up. Put the bolt through. And these are all self-locking nuts. So once they get tight, you're going to have to use a wrench and a ratchet to snug it up. When you get it tight, make sure it still spins, because if you did get it bound up and you use your machine, it's going to burn up your belt. And that's about it. This one is short, but informative. Now, I've got another gentleman, Victor. He didn't say where he was from, but he asked me if I would custom make some parts for his snapper. You're going to want to see this. This is going to be awesome. I'm not going to tell you what the parts are for or where they go on the machine because I don't want to spoil the surprise. I got half of it done. The other half is going to take a little bit more time to machine it and manufacture it. There's going to be some welding involved and some lathe work, and I just don't know how do I even say it? How interested some of the viewers are. I don't know if I'm even going to show that. If you think you'd be interested in watching it, let me know, and I'll try to film some of it. I got the parts cut. I do have to do some milling on them and some welding, but this is going to be cool. And Victor, thank you for asking, because I think I'm going to enjoy building this. I just hope I don't get a bunch of orders, because the half I've got to do next is going to take some time and some thinking to get it manufactured right so the thing works. But it is going to be cool. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I need your help. And if you are a subscriber, thank you. It really helps me. And I hope you enjoy the videos. And I've got a lot coming. If there's something like this, some type of adjustment or something you need fixed, and I don't have a video, don't be bashful. Send me an email and ask, and I will make you one, just like I did this one for Gerald. So until next time, work safe, have fun, and keep on snapping. And thank you, Gerald. We'll talk to you soon. So long.